Greetings and God bless. I am back from my strike. Uh, One of my videos was uh, I said, stop gaslighting the children. Stop gaslighting children. Admit there's evil in the world. Because you know how little kids are like, I see a ghost or whatever, and parents and teachers are like, that's just your imagination, or you know. So, anyways, so I did that video, and the globalists didn't like it, and so that was my second strike. So if it should happen again, let me tell you my other channel. So I have my other channel is my post-traumatic growth. I have a few channels, but I will put it here. So what I wanted to talk about is how we bash people who are disadvantaged, and who really has statistically um, a lot of influence on people. So there's a term, and the folks who are like, I really value YouTube. YouTube, the platform has really benefited me. Been a conversation I could have without me having to commute somewhere and deal with too much sound and cleaning products and people's fragrances and be around everybody's mobile phone zapping me. So I'm really grateful to YouTube, and I'm so grateful to the viewers. God bless you. And thank you so much for commenting, or just thank you so much for your moral support. You guys are just so just great. Uh, just very helpful. Um, so YouTube, thank you so much for letting me be here. And I like the like I wish the community guidelines were a little bit clearer, because saying, let's say, my last one, like that, telling children, stop gaslighting children about evil. Like that's not clear in the community guidelines that you're not supposed to say, you shouldn't warn children about evil. Like that's very, it's not obvious from the guidelines. Like, and I mean, even though I know Satan is ruling all this, like, uh boy, that just makes it so obvious, right? um so anyways, though, so I'm grateful, YouTube, for this. I'm grateful for the audience, and um I just have unique content, I think, that uh seems to trigger Big Brother. So I don't know, like, and the thing is, like, I have said so much, like, so much of my channel uh seems like like, one could say I qualify for a dozen strikes, really. So I really don't know what what is working and what isn't working. So anyways, I don't know how much longer I have this, but I did want to talk about terms. So in medicine, there's a term called iatrogenic death. Iatrogenic death, and you can look it up. So I preceded all this because the folks who are censoring, or the bots or whatever, if you're a robot, please look up iatrogenic death, because that is something that's CDC, American Medical Association. It's a standard term. So I'm preceding all of this because I don't want me mentioning a formal term, a medical term, and I don't want to get in trouble because I'm talking about this. So anyways, look up the cause of that, and then look up the dangers, like the the statistical harm that a homeless person does. Now, a homeless person will bring down property values. If you have like homeless people, living on the corner or whatever, and crackheads and stuff like that. Because I lived in the Bay Area on Haight and Fillmore. In San Francisco. And yeah, I mean, there was a homeless guy who was just always like smoking crack, like right outside our entrance. It was very annoying. But it was a very busy, lively street, lots of stuff going on. And like, why did he have to like do that right outside our door? Like, because I'd have to go to work or whatever. And so but when we look, yeah, that's I don't know how much that's a cost, right? And certainly, like, if you listen to my channels, you hear me complain about the menace of homeless people, just their aggressive panhandling, and now with the whole kind of Marxist influence of this reparations. Which is creating more. It's been my experience that there's more racism and an entitlement like that because of the color of my skin, that I owe reparations, that I'm a European somehow. And well, if I am a European, then they are, like, they're not even from here either, honestly. Because I'm in Rapid City. And so when I first moved here, this Lakota guy told me, we own all this land, and then somebody else, Saxon, I think, sent me this video that, like some years before, the Lakota were not here like 100 years. The Lakota, Dakota, and the other, like, that there was another tribe that was killed by the smallpox. So this isn't like Rapid City or South Dakota isn't Lakota peoples. It was another tribe that, a few years before died of the smallpox. So it's amazing the hypocrisy that's going on. And all I know is whenever anybody gets power, like, power corrupts, absolutely. Like, okay, so when conservatives are in power, they get corrupted, right? But vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. They're going to get theirs. It's not right when a white heterosexual Christian male does something wrong. But you know what? A lot of Christians are jerks. Black Christians are jerks, like Asian Christians are jerks. I mean, people are jerks because humans are jerks. and Christians, they have an invested, they have a vested interest in their eternity, and they have enough intelligence or enough humility to see, oh, I better get in good with God. And so then they become Christians. Or maybe they don't even believe in God. Maybe they're just pretending. So then they make all Christians look bad, because there's a lot of jerky Christians out there. I'll be the first to admit it. And yeah, and I'm not perfect either. Like, my friends and family will probably call me a jerk because I can't handle some of their behavior. And But anyway, so when we look at who is the cause of iatrogenic death, because I don't want to say the word because I got to dance around, because I don't know if this is going to upset the bots. But so who causes iatrogenic death? And if we look, and so the iatrogenic death before CV, the third cause was by who causes iatrogenic death. So they are the third cause of death compared to a homeless person. Now, if we look at a homeless crackhead, right, and nobody wants to be around a homeless crackhead, like it's just so stressful, it's just bad energy. But if, like, I know people in the medical field, and I'm like, wow, I respect you for going through medical school or a career. But I bet that more people in that profession, the profession that does iatrogenic death, like those people are more likely to have participated in iatrogenic deaths. So there is a likelihood that each person in that industry has participated in somebody's death. Now, and it's probably at least once, maybe 100 times in 20 years, right? Or in a year. Now, to me, death is the worst thing you can do to somebody. Now, how many times has a homeless crackhead done that? Maybe once, maybe twice, and I just think it's a very, like we have the wrong mindset. Like, not that we should respect homeless crackheads, but the people who participate in iatrogenic death without a conscience should not get our regard. Like, I'm tired of how respected people who play the game, who play the Freemasonic game, who play the Illuminati game, even if they're not into it, even if they're not in it, but they look away, they turn a blind eye. I'm mad at those people, because that's why we're in the situation that we're in right now, is people are just willfully ignorant. So my point is that the respectable people playing the game are more dangerous than who we were taught is dangerous. So the homeless crackhead is not the dangerous person. Even the crazy person with the, in all the big publicity kind of shocking things that happen, those aren't the dangerous people. The dangerous people are the good people that do nothing, that turn a blind eye, that allow human trafficking to go on right under their noses. Those are the dangerous people. So let's see how long my channel lasts. And thank you again for being here, sticking with me. You guys are pretty great. Because I know some of my content, I'm like, you guys are amazing, because some of my videos are so unproduced and it's just so raw, because I've just been going through hell, and I'm just gonna show up best as I can, and it's not always that great, right? But I'm looking forward to meeting you in heaven when we get to be with Jesus, and when we have our crowns, and when we have our mansions, and we get to visit with our loved ones. Then we get to be in a civilization where people are good and where there's no evil. That'll be so wonderful. It'll be such a relief. So until then, or until my next video, God bless. Maranatha.